Alan Brazil's Sports Breakfast, featuring Ray Parlour on talkSPORT.
6:46. If you're in Glasgow Saturday night, you're in for a treat. We'll find out a wee bit more about it later. Mr. Parry joins us at 7 o'clock, going through the papers. Porky, what we got? Mr. Parry? Oh, he's been here.
He's too busy.
He's been here 15 years. He still doesn't know how to press a button.
No, he's too busy selling tickets out there for his gig.
He's mother pullers. Yeah. Porky, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, mate. Yeah. Good morning to you guys.
What is wrong with you lately?
No. Somebody put the wrong plug in the wrong hole, Al. Don't worry about that,
Winnie
mate.
the Pooh. He's talking about.
How are you going to do a morning show on our new radio station when you can't even find the button?
I'm not even the tech op here, Al. But let me tell you what's on the back pages of the newspapers today. It's all about Manchester City. A massive investment coming from China into the group that owns Manchester City, some $400 million, £260 million in sterling. That's going to make a huge difference to the global pattern and the global picture of football and its ownership. Last night, of course, a really exciting night in the League Cup, and Everton getting huge plaudits from many areas.
There's two other games as well.
Well, there were other games. Manchester City very impressive as well, and of course Liverpool tonight have to try to become the fourth Premier League team in the semi-finals of the League Cup. And Andy Murray has been invited to go in and talk with the LTA because he's been stinging in his criticism of the body that runs tennis in this country. But they've said the door is open. Come on, Andy. Come and have a chat. All this and much more, fellas, on the back pages of today's newspapers, both in black and white, and reading between the lines with you guys after 7 o'clock on the Sports Breakfast.
Now press the button off now. There's a good boy.
Right, will do. Thank you.
6:48.
It's Middlesbrough 0, Everton 2, and the player that scored the opening goal for Everton has made this one, Gerard Deulofeu, with a pinpoint cross, and there was Romelu Lukaku.
It becomes harder and harder every season to win silverware because it's a big investment in every single football club, and everyone takes every competition very seriously, and rightly so. We look forward to enjoy the draw and make sure that we get a good run in the league now.
6:49, a man who's been here almost as long as old Porky, but he does know how the buttons work. We're going to talk about Everton is BK. Morning, Graham.
Very good morning.
Graham.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Ray.
But how much longer was it, how much after was it when you come into talkSPORT than
From Porky, I'm not 100% certain because he was here when the thing was News Talk or something like that, wasn't it? Or just Talk.
Do you remember
Radio,
remember those days he thought he was our boss? Talk about disillusioned or what?
No, he was. He was a top man at one time.
What?
Yeah,
No, I can't see that.
You had to bow before him at one stage. You had to
Have his
strut
own little
before
office
him.
and all that.
That's
And
what you'll work
you're not
for.
going to
Sometimes he got on his high horse, by the way. Don't worry about that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I can't see that.
Everton last night, BK, I was just saying to Mike outside, had Bournemouth not got that late goal, you look at Everton's run lately, very good, impressive.
Yes, it is, no question about that. They're in a good run of form and continued that last night away to Middlesbrough. Played very well indeed. Deulofeu, who is improving. I mean, he started the season, and I have to say with him, I just thought, I wonder if he's just a one-trick pony that the Premier League clubs have found out, because he uses his pace, no question about that. He goes on the outside, but he wouldn't be the first top-class winger to have that trick up his sleeve. And I think Roberto Martinez very much aware of that, and his goal, which was coming from a central position, showed that he's allowed to drift into the middle, and he did so to great effect. And that second goal, typical of Deulofeu this season, went on the outside, used his pace, clipped it in. And Romelu Lukaku scored an identical goal, and I mean an identical goal to that, against Aston Villa in the 4-0 victory at home in the league, just pulling away from his marker, pulling away from the defender and nodding in. Now, the supplier of the cross against Aston Villa was Coleman. Deulofeu provided this cross. I wonder if those two on the right-hand side and Lukaku have just been working on that little move in training, and we'll see it again before the end of the season on more than one occasion.
So many positives last night. Graham, I watched the game, and obviously the 5,000 travelling fans have been delighted with the team, how they set up, because Middlesbrough were in great form themselves.
Yes.
But I thought Deulofeu, he was outstanding. You know, it's all about end product for me when you get into areas, and certainly he scored a brilliant goal and he set up Lukaku. But can you see him as a number 10? Can you see him behind and being involved in all? You know, because when he picked the ball up and scored his goal, that it was absolutely different class, and
it was,
and that could be where he's got his future.
It could well be. I mean, the thing about him is he's young at the moment, and young players with pace and attacking ability and flair, go at defenders, don't they? Sometimes then that leaves them when perhaps their pace leaves them a little bit, or perhaps when defenders are a little bit more aware of what they're up against. But if he can continue to attack defences like that, continue to go at defences and put them on the back foot, I don't see any reason why not, perhaps. But right at this moment, he's much more valuable to Everton down the right-hand side. Although if he can play in the middle, of course, then they've got cover from Lennon there if they want that too.
Now, Beaky, can Liverpool join them? It's City, Everton, Stoke, all Premiership sides.
Yep.
Another one will join them tonight, Southampton or Liverpool. I've seen the paper today, which surprises me a wee bit. Mignolet might be getting a new contract.
Yeah, that surprises me a little bit as well, because he said yesterday, Jurgen Klopp, that he wasn't looking for any new goalkeepers. Now, I would be very surprised if that was the case. With all due respect to Simon Mignolet, he makes, let's be honest about it, mistake after mistake. And if your goalkeeper's in goal, looking panicky, then that affects everybody. The defenders don't know quite where they're working. They don't know quite what to do. And Mignolet has got to cut out those sorts of errors. He's an excellent shot stopper. There isn't any question about that. He's as good as there is in the Premier League, probably. But it's the other aspects of his game that he doesn't seem to be improving upon. And I would be amazed if at the start of next season, Simon Mignolet is still the first choice goalkeeper at Anfield. Nonetheless, that's what Jurgen Klopp says. So we'll have to see.
And potentially could be an all-Merseyside semi-final, which would be fantastic. Team selection tonight, Graham, is going to be very important. Now, they've got a lot of players coming back from Henderson. We haven't seen him this season. And Daniel Sturridge is nearly back to full fitness. Coutinho as well. So what will he do? Will he take chances with them guys, or will he say...
I think what he'll do, Ray, he sees this as a chance to win silverware, and that's what a football club's all about. And Jurgen Klopp, to me, is harks back to the day when that was the case. He's come out with Sturridge, Shankly-esque, if you like, Paisley-esque, and said, listen, you've got to man up here. You've got to take some knocks, and you've got to get on with it for the football club. You've played to play football. And I think he views this competition, indeed all competition, in exactly the same way. It's silverware to be won, and he and Liverpool Football Club wants to win it. So I think he's going to go all out for this. He's got those players coming back, as you're right. Sturridge fit again. Coutinho, who is vital, I think, to Liverpool, having that little bit of an X factor back as well, and the captain Jordan Henderson back. So he's got a more or less full squad to choose from here for tonight's game, and I think he'll use it to the full.
Beaky, now you in the doghouse again, I believe. Your Monday night with Barbara down Gala Bingo Hall is out the window. It's Everton Palace Monday, isn't it?
Gala Bingo Hall. Where's that? In New Delhi or somewhere? Yes, it's Everton versus Palace on Monday. Looking forward to that one, because Palace always come to Merseyside and play well, and Yannick Bolasie always comes to Merseyside and plays out of his skin. So it should be a really good game. The two teams very close in the league, of course, so it is an important game.
Yeah, Beaky, nice one. Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
Graham Beecroft. Right, we're going racing next.